Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I tried to bring you some scenery and beach vibes, but the wind would not let me be great, even with my microphone. So I will be doing voiceover on this video because I'm not going back to re-record. But as you can just see, there was like a ton of people on the beach, and I was actually kind of surprised. I thought I was gonna be by myself. But nevertheless, we're gonna get it done. Everybody and their mom decided they wanted to walk into my video today. The birds, the chopper, everybody was just doing the most. Anyways, as you can see, I'm here to journal for the year end. I decided to go to the beach today to set my intentions for 2021 and take a quick dip in the ocean, which was cold, but it was actually kind of refreshing. But before I jump into this video, please like, subscribe, and comment below. It will help me drive traffic to this space. Thank you so much. But on to the topic at hand. Why you should absolutely lie to men. A few of you requested this topic, so here we are. Of course, if you have a topic that you want me to speak on, feel free to leave it for me in the comments. Oh, and one more thing before I begin. I just want to remind you guys that are listening that I'm only sharing information based on life lessons that I've learned through experience because I'm out here dating in these streets, bringing you back the tea. And obviously, the goal, at least for me, is to get taken off the market eventually, sooner rather than later. Thank you very much, Jesus Christ, God, goddesses, the universe, whoever is out there. Please, thank you. But I know that there are other gurus out there that have already secured the bag and for life, and they're married, they have their whales, whatever. I say listen to whoever resonates with you and take what benefits you. I mean, I watch other YouTubers, although I really don't even consider myself a YouTuber, not by even a long shot, because I don't even come on here that regularly. But I watch other YouTubers like Shira7, which I'm sure a lot of you know, and she's been married for a long time. But I also gain some tips from her when I watch her. I usually watch her just like in the background when I'm like doing stuff around the house. And I've gotten tips here and there, so there is something to be learned from everyone. But then again, I also take advice from women in my personal life that are married and they've been married for years to guys who take care of them, or women that are dating and they have whales. So I like taking information from different sources because it helps me be well-rounded in general, because you can't like just be stuck on one thing saying, oh, I'm only going to do this. You have to be open, to your strategy change. Anywho, onto the show. So the number one reason you should lie to men is because they lie to women all the time. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. And it's not just big lies. It's the small lies too and everything in between. They lie by omission. They lie directly to your face. And they do this to control you and manage your emotions to their benefit. Like when they tell you, oh, I want to mentor you, or oh, I want to take you on a trip, or I want to take you shopping, without actually doing it, it's because they want to get to the goodies without investing in you. And I'm sure a lot of you ladies who are on the dating apps right now because of Corona, you've noticed this, where guys would just come at you, oh, I want to be your sugar daddy, or oh, I want to spoil you, I want to take care of you. First message, they haven't even talked to you. Red flag. They're lying. No guy just out of the blue will contact you online talking about, oh, I want to take you shopping. Because I mean, in person, then yes, believe them, because you can actually just be like, oh, okay, here's a mall right here. Let's go shopping. You can actually call them on their bullshit. But online, it's very hard to do that because you have to set a time to meet and all that good stuff. And they're just trying to build rapport with you so they can get to sleep with you sooner rather than later. But anywho's, another reason you should lie to men is to control the narrative on how they treat you. You've heard many gurus advise you to play the damsel in distress instead of asking directly, and I will reiterate this. Never ask a man directly for anything. especially when it comes to money and funds. Unless he's your boyfriend and you guys are like serious, then fine. But, and even when he's your boyfriend, you can still hint at certain things. But if you guys are just dating, never ask him directly, ever. Because a man is more likely to help you if he feels like you need him versus if he thinks you're entitled and you just have your hand out. I know it's weird, but they can seriously straight up ask you for a vagina, but hey, I digress. Now, as I've said before, the right guy for you won't be that difficult to get money from or to get whatever you want from. You wouldn't have to play all these mind games to get what you want from him. But until you find him, you have to continue to play the game to win, because you're not going to sit around at home waiting for Mr. Right to show up. You're going to date and you're going to test out your skills on these men so you can stay ready to jump when you actually meet the right one. And I speak from experience. Another reason you should lie to men is to control their emotions. Yes, believe it or not, men have emotions too, just like women. They've just been trained to mask and master their emotions. So we as women must use lies to trigger the response from them that we want. Simple, basic lies, like telling him, oh my God, you're so handsome. If he sends you a photo, like, you're so handsome. I love that shirt. I love your beard. I love your smile. I love your head. Whatever. Did somebody just photobomb me? A video bomb me? Oh, Jesus. Uh, Anywho, just basic lies, knowing good and well that he's old and past his prime, but you're sitting there, telling him whatever you think will make him feel good. It's because when you put a nice warm feeling inside his belly, it'll hopefully go down even further to his wallet to make him spend on you. You want to give him feel good vibes. That's what you want, and you're going to use words to get there. Men actually use this trick on women as well a lot to disarm them. Telling a woman that she's the most beautiful woman you've ever seen can blow her head up and will have her eating out of your palm. Not us, of course, because we're more experienced than that, but we can see through those lies. But you've seen it before. Many women, the minute a guy is like, oh, you're so beautiful, you're so this, they're like putty in his hands and they're like doing whatever, doing the most because he gave them attention. So you need to do the same thing to men because they fall for it just as hard. And then if you have a jealous guy, this is a good one, ladies. Like if you already have a sugar daddy or whatever and he's a little insecure, which is good, and he gets jealous, doing something like lying about where you're going helps manage his jealousy. So like if you were going out for drinks with your girlfriends, or worse, on a date with his replacement, you're not going to tell him you're going out to dinner or you're going out for drinks with your girlfriends. No, you're going to be like, oh, I'm going over to my grandma's house to help her decorate her closet, or whatever bullshit lie that you need to tell him that sounds more boring and believable. Like, you don't want to tell the truth too much, even when you have the guy. Like, you still need to lie here and there. Now, of course, if you're married and time goes on, then you can kind of let your guard down, but not all the way. Never get comfortable. Okay, and then I saw that Shira and Tanya TKO did a live together on the topic about lying about having kids. And I completely agree. Lie about having kids, and definitely lie about your age, because guys lie about their age, being married, and having kids all the time. So that way you don't think they have baggage and you can picture a future with them, which would make it easier to sleep with you. And women fall for this all the time. Women are so good for this. They meet a guy that they like. Next thing you know, they're already planning their wedding, planning how they're going to move in, and they miss all the red flags. So yes, I say lie about your age in the beginning. Of course, make your lie believable. Don't say you're like 18 if you're 45. Like, make it believable. But lie about your age, because guys will treat you a certain way if they think you're a certain age. Like, for example, if you're approaching your 30s and 40s, you really should be looking at men in their 50s and up anyway, because if you try to date any guy under 40, they would think that you're desperate and trying to get married and have children, and they will treat you accordingly. They won't put as much effort into you. So don't fall for the okie doke. Women have been programmed to be wholesome, virtuous, truthful, while men have been lying their asses off since the beginning of time. So ladies, You need to lie too. There's no reason a guy needs to know your real age unless you're like in your, early 20s and under, obviously 18, not under 18, please and thank you. So, like from 18 to 25, you can, say your real age. From 25 and up, I say play around with it. Play around with what age works for you. Because if you're 25, you can still lie and say you're 21 and make guys think you're dumb, but you're not really dumb. And then you can also, lead from the back that way. There's like so many strategies you can use when it comes to lying about your age. And then as far as kids, they don't need to know you have kids, with all the predators that are out there, number one. And then number two, then they're going to think, oh, they can treat you any kind of way just because you have kids. Yeah, no. Don't tell him you have kids unless he's the guy. And by the guy, he's like giving you money. He's obsessed with you. He likes hanging out around you. Then yes, you can tell him. But still don't tell him on your first date. Like date him for a little bit before you introduce him to your kids. And then lie because here this girl go in my video. Like, I literally cannot. And I swear to you, today everyone was walking in my video and I was like so over it. But anyways, like I was saying, lie because politicians do it all the time. They've been doing it since the beginning of time. And for a very long time, there were zero women in politics. And I would beg to say that the current women in politics had to lie their asses off to get there. And you know what it is. Politicians tell you one thing, so you give them what they want, which is your vote. And then once they have your vote and they're in office, they do whatever the hell they're going to do anyway. And somehow people seem to forget and they seem to be thriving and they're well paid. So definitely be like them. Be like politicians because they seem to know how to do it right when it comes to lying. And then last but not the least, lying helps you manage your emotions. It's so easy to go off on a guy who wants you to give him everything you've got, but is only offering pennies on the dollar. So instead of cursing him out, which I know probably feels good, but it's only going to be a very short term, feel good. So think long term. Instead of cursing him out, a simple, I'm sorry, but I can't afford to XYZ will do the trick. And, replace XYZ with whatever. As a matter of fact, I want you to challenge yourself from now on to tell people to fuck off in a way that they don't even realize you're telling them to fuck off. It's like a silent read. It's actually quite entertaining for me because I feel like, I'm chuckling and they're just like, oh, okay. And they fall for it. For example, like an old dude on Seeking that's trying to get you to do the whole proverbial $200 per meet. You guys know the ones I'm talking about. But you actually want him to give you $2,000. So instead of saying, fuck you, old guy, I'll go find it somewhere else. Just say something like, thanks for the offer, but my tuition is actually $2,000. Or you can replace tuition with rent or something like, thanks for the offer, but my rent is actually $2,000. So I need to work as much as I can to save up for it. But thanks so much anyway. And they will either, rise up to meet the expectations or fade away into darkness, which is what we want. But he's not going to know that you're lying because you don't have a tuition and you're definitely not working, but you just told him several lies and told him to go fuck himself with a smile. It's perfect. That way you're not burning bridges in case they're going to come to their senses and circle back around in the future. Because that's happened to me before where a guy was trying to like lowball me and I just like basically backed him into a corner and put him there with my niceness, of course. And then, months down the line, they pop their head back up and they pay me what I want. So definitely lie. That's all I can say. And if you have an issue with lying, I promise you, even God lied in the Bible. Remember when he had a boy, almost sacrifice his son for him? Remember that? And then he was like, oh, I was just kidding. Yeah. Even God lied. So you can lie too. The people in church lie. Like you see all these ministers. I was reading somewhere that Joel Osteen got $4 million in relief funds. Isn't that guy rich as fuck? Like he got pandemic money. He got $4 million in pandemic money. What does I mean, I hope he distributed that 4 million to his congregation, but I'm going to assure you that he did not. And of course, you heard about businesses lying to get the PPP loan. Like, they're all lying. So why are you over here trying to be the good one? Like the goody goody two shoes. It's not going to pay, sis. Lie. Obviously, don't tell silly lies. Tell good lies. Because if you tell dumb lies, then, that's just stupid. Lie for your benefit, please. Lie, lie, lie. Anyways, that's it for this episode. I'm about to go take a dip in this cold ocean. But please show your support by joining the show's Patreon page, patreon.com/TSEGP. It's only $1 a month, and your donation goes to help with admin costs, which I truly appreciate. And then, we also have somewhat of a community within Patreon. You can ask me any questions. I can help you strategize. If you have a guy that you have on the hook that need some strategy to get some money out of, or to how to word certain things, feel free to DM me on Patreon. I answer all the DMs very quickly. Well, as quickly as I can. But, I'm usually getting back to you within 24 to 48 hours. So it's not like I'll be gone for like a week. So definitely hop on there. I appreciate it. And I wish you guys a safe, happy, and prosperous new year. And I'll see you in 2021. Bye.